A former senior advisor to President Trump's election campaign pleaded guilty to charges of federal conspiracy and making false statements. The plea entered by Rick Gates on Friday says he will fully cooperate with special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Gates is now the fifth person to enter a guilty plea as part of Mueller's probe. Paula Reid is at the White House with more. Paula, good morning.
Good morning. The Gates plea caps off what has been a busy week for the special counsel's office, and Gates is likely to be a very valuable witness for them, as he had access to the highest levels of the Trump campaign and could provide valuable evidence against his former business associate and former Trump campaign chairman, Paul Manafort.
Why are you pleading guilty?
At the federal courthouse in Washington Friday, Rick Gates became the fifth defendant to plead guilty in special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Gates admitted to charges of conspiring against the U.S. and lying to federal authorities in a recent interview with investigators. In October, Mueller charged Gates and former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort with 12 counts related to their lobbying efforts on behalf of foreign governments. On Thursday, a federal grand jury in Virginia returned an additional 32-count indictment against Gates and Manafort for tax evasion and bank fraud. Before he agreed to cooperate, Gates was facing the possibility of decades behind bars, but under the terms of his plea agreement, he now faces between 57 and 71 months in prison, and that could be shortened based on his cooperation.
Paul Manafort has done an amazing job.
The White House has so far tried to distance the president from his former campaign chairman and his business associate, saying back in October the charges against Manafort and Gates had nothing to do with the president or his campaign.
Again, there are no activities or official capacity in which the Trump campaign was engaged in any of these activities. Most of them took place well before the campaign ever even existed.
Will you testify against Manafort?
But Gates is now the third Trump associate known to be working with Mueller's investigation, and his plea deal will put the spotlight on Manafort, who has given no indication he intends to cooperate. Manafort released a statement Friday reiterating his innocence and saying Gates' decision does not alter his commitment to defend himself against, quote, untrue piled-up charges. If Manafort decided to cooperate, he could provide special counsel with evidence about that Trump Tower meeting with the Russians that he attended, and also why the Trump campaign pushed to make the Republican Party platform more friendly to Russia. But so far, no indication he wants to play ball. He's expected to go to trial in the fall. Anthony?
Paula Reid at the White House this morning. Thanks, Paula.